I want to pull some cards and look at why is the dark so attractive to some people. Why are these dark elements so attractive to some people? I mean, we see it time and time and time again. People sell their souls. And for what? You know, I don't get why this is attractive. Why people want black magic, why they want to, you know, sell their souls for fame and drama. For what? What is so attractive about this? So what we have here in the past, power. Okay, bottom line. Control, power. It's about power. Action, power, control. Present, the Pandora's box. Okay. They think that they're going to be able to control things, control their lives, control others, but it's a Pandora's box. The challenge is a burden in the end. And it could be part of it is, again, that they feel burdened, and so they think if they have power, that they can control things, okay? That they can keep a lid on stuff. But that's not what happens. Double-edged sword, again, about power. Power mentally and power action in the world. So the queen is usually here about Shakti, which is the world of duality. Okay? So we have it thinking that I can get power mentally, I can get power physically, and that's going to make it better. Okay? The outcome is that they want, again, to have abundance. Abundance of money, abundance of, you know, just wealth. Action, mental actions. And, it's about money, power, wealth. So when we have this idea of mental power and being able to keep a lid on things, keeping things under control, it's a death thing in the end. Okay? They think if they have this, they can put an end to things, but really, when you're going towards that ideations of power and controlling and keeping a lid on stuff, it really kills your soul in the end. And death comes to all things. So you want this transient power, but how long are you here versus in eternality? Okay? When it comes to the bearing the burden, the difficulty, again, it's about, they think they're going to have a club in hand. They think they're going to have a way to get over on it, that they can start to take, it's all about control. Okay? When it comes to power in the world, and the abundance, okay, they feel like they've been tied up, and so they want to try to loosen that thing or be able to tie up others. But mentally, when you get into that framework, what happens is you get tied up, okay? It doesn't work out. There's a price to be paid for it. It's the, like somebody buying a cubic zirconia and thinking they've got a wealth of diamond, that they've got something precious, and it's not. They find out in the end it's worth nothing. And this idea of power in the world, there's always somebody else more powerful, okay? And so what happens, one gets tied up mentally by these actions as well. When we have the death and we have that club, they're going to be able to control, put an end to things, and this is, it's attractive because they're not happy. They're fueled with angst. They're fueled with just nothing there is. They haven't opened themselves up to gratitude. They haven't, whatever the universe proffers to them, they don't want it, okay? So their actions and their thoughts, their emotions, their actions are all clouded by this subconscious thing that they have going of unhappiness, okay? Misery. So when they think they have the club and they're going to be able to tie up others and think that they're going to have a victory, but the victory is, what happens is energy has the victory and they get tied up mentally in the end with this stuff. So when it comes to the unhappiness and gaining victory, they think that they will get these tools of power and how to manipulate the world to get what they want. Okay? Underneath of it, there's unhappiness. They want to have, be able to have others, maybe their loneliness or whatever. But again, it comes down to ultimately they want to have power and be able to move it forward and hold to the things of the world that they want, gather and collect these things. So it's about physical power, mentally being able to get out of this. But really what happens in the end, you have to face the karma of your actions. So while they think that if they have this power, they can put an end to their unhappiness and suffering, because that's what it says, the power, we have the death, putting an end to their unhappiness, the things that are coming, okay, because they're going to gain some. So here we go. They go into it wanting the power, okay, being able to keep a lid on things, being able to end their misery and suffering by getting some sort of new information that's going to give them victory, okay, so they can have a club, a way to wield to go beyond the burdens, okay. But really, because they're feeling tied up, and so again, it's about power in the world and wanting to be able to have wealth, okay, wealth, okay. So, yeah, looking for a way, and but it doesn't work out. Okay, it doesn't work out that way. They wind up, instead of being able to control those things wind up controlling them. And that's the way the darkness works. At first, they think, and this illusion, they have this illusion in there, and thinking they can control, but the darkness winds up controlling them. And instead of them being able to control what happens when they get into black magic and something, there's always somebody else who's got a little bit better black magic that's going to rule over them. So the tables get turned. The things that they're gaining, they think they're going to gain out of it, winds up controlling them. And so, again, have never understood why somebody would be entranced and want to go into dark elements. But it's about thinking they're going to be able to control others, control situations, manipulate this stuff. But in the end, they are the ones that wind up being manipulated by their greed and the drama they get themselves into. So we see this time and time again. How many of these dark elements think they're going to gain control and power, but it does not end well for them ever. We look at ones like, we'll really look at extremes, like Hitler, was going to control the death of all these people. But what happened? He wound up killing himself. And this is what happens to these ones that play with these dark elements and think they're going to control. They may have a sense of control for a short time, feed their egos, get this big head for a time, but in the end, they're taken down. And karma is in place, They're going to have to face all the suffering they put others through. And so it never ends well for those that are seeking the dark elements. So thanks for tuning in, Love and Light. See you online.